State, of course, that's a rivalry game, so that's always going to be jumping.
Dean, what have you seen from Colorado's offensive tackles on tape?
Sure. I mean, of course, they got that true freshman who came from IMG, big recruit out of there, 10 games in now. What we've been talking about is, he's not a true freshman anymore. He's 10 games in, so he's got some experience, and I know they've been moving some pieces around on the offensive line, trying to get, find that fit, what works for them. But I mean, they have athletes, just like you look at their skill positions, they got athletes everywhere. So definitely been keying in on them and just trying to pick up on moves that might work on them this week.
And for you, obviously, it's your first season as a full-time starter. Walk us through the year. What's it kind of been like for you?
Sure. I mean, it's definitely been a bit of a learning curve for sure. I mean, you go out there and you think you know what to expect, but when you're going against people who have been doing it for years and years, it kind of sheds new light on things that you haven't really seen before. So it's really been good just going through these games and getting more comfortable and just, really just getting comfortable playing against everyone and, with your people as well. So.
Speaking of improvements, you don't look like the same guy that was out there the first couple of games. Talk about your improvement and specifically the skills that you're better at now.
Right. I mean, definitely when it comes to pass rush, I'd say knowing when to throw certain moves, knowing if the tackle on you is oversetting, if you have the ability to, jump inside, just picking up on keys, even pre-snap, if someone's leaning a little too much, just kind of trying to pick up on what the offense is going to do as a whole, not even just the person right in front of you. So it's been good just picking up on everything, and of course learning with the guys next to me, like the seniors on defense, like Jeremy and Nell. They always have good tips. So.
And a monumental stop at the end of the game. What does that do for the defense's confidence when that happens Saturday, for
Right.
instance?
Yeah, I mean, we're amped, of course, Of course, our job is to just get off the field as soon as possible. And man, that last stop, it felt good, no doubt about it. And definitely carrying some momentum into this week. I feel like we've been flying around in practice this week, and we're ready to get after it this week against Colorado.
Dean, what are some of the challenges you see from Colorado's offense?
Sure, I'd say the biggest thing, I mean, Travis Hunter, everybody talks about him, Heisman candidate, Heisman frontrunner, for being real. So it's just athletes across the board. Their receiving core is deep. That quarterback, he slings it around, and he likes to, run around back there as well. So I'd say really just athletes across the board, speed. So.
When you're going against a quarterback that wants to extend plays, but maybe isn't a guy that wants to go and run for 150 yards,
Right.
How does that change what you have to do as a defensive end?
Sure. I mean, really just eliminating where he can run to. If he's a guy who wants to, maybe tends to sprint out of the pocket a certain way, we want to make sure that we're closing off that side, or if he's a guy who wants to more of a step up in the pocket and release after that, kind of just got to work on certain games and just have a game plan going into it, knowing what the quarterback's tendencies are, so you know what to expect and how to eliminate what he wants to do.
Dean, final game at Arrowhead.
Yes, sir.
What's your experience and the team's experience been like playing there?
I mean, it's definitely, for me, I think it's been a positive experience. It's definitely cool, being in that kind of NFL atmosphere. We're in the locker room and, of course, coming out on the field and just playing there. I feel like it's been great. And, it's probably going to be a lot of fans in attendance. So really just excited to get after it.